right, this lesson we're going to be solving equations where the variable is on each side of the equations. So now I got to get my variables together on one side. So get all my variables on one side and then the constant on the other side and solve. How do I do that? Okay, so I draw my line again. I always start with the variable first. I want to get my x's together. So I personally like to keep my x on the left-hand side. That's entirely up to you. But because I want to move this x, so basically what I'm doing is moving this x over from the right side from here, and I want to move it to this side. So how do we go about moving it? Well, if I want to move it, I have to do the opposite operation or the inverse operation. So again, we don't see it, but that's a positive x. So opposite of that would be negative x. So line them up. Make sure you line up the same things. Like these are x's, line up the x's. So if you see here, look at this. I have them lined up. I have them lined up. So make sure they're lined up. And then I subtract or combine, however you want to think about it. So I have a negative x and a negative x, which would be negative 2x. I didn't do anything to this 4, so we're going to bring it down. So plus 4 equals these zeroed out, and I have 6 on this side. And now this just goes back to the previous lesson. So now you have the variable on one side. Now let's just keep solving it. So once I have that, subtract 4 from both sides to get the x by itself. So the goal is to get this x by itself. So get rid of the 4 by subtracting it. They zero out. Negative 2x is equal to 2. We divide by negative 2. Remember, we use a fraction bar to show division. X equals negative 1. And you can do a quick check in your head. You can use a calculator, but you should always check. Always check answer. Okay? Always check it. Ooh, this one looks like a doozy, but it's not. Distribute first. So anywhere that I see, like for that and this, I want to distribute first. So, distribute negative 4p, distribute minus 8 plus 8 equals distribute 2p, distribute minus 2. And then I didn't do anything with this, so I'm just going to copy it back down. Minus 7p plus 15. Now I want to go and I want to combine my like terms. So, negative 4p on this side is by itself. Okay, fine. So negative 4p. And then combine my other like terms, which would be negative 8 and positive 8, which would give me 0, so I don't need to write it. So all I have left on this side is negative 4p equals. Combine your like terms on the other side. So 2p minus 7p is negative 5p. And then combine your negative 2 and your 15, and that's going to give you plus 13. Okay, then I'll draw the line down. I want to move the negative 5p over to here. How do I do that? Opposite operation. So plus 5p so that they cancel out. Make sure you add 5p to the other. So negative 4p plus 5p is positive p. Remember, there is a 1 there. If you want to write it, go ahead. That's up to you. You'll see that I won't write it. We just know it to be there. So all I write is p equals those zeroed out. They're gone. 13. And there's your answer. And then, like I said, always check your answer so you can mentally substitute that in however you want, but you should always be checking your answer. Always, always check your answer. All right, find the value of x so that the figures have the same area. Okay, same area. So the area of this needs to be the same as the area of that rectangle. Equal. How do we find the area? We know that the area of a rectangle or square is the length times the width. Okay, so let's start over here. What am I going to multiply to get the area? I'm going to multiply length by width, so x times 10, which is going to give me 10x. That is going to equal length times width. All right, well, the length is a little different here. How do I get the length? I have to add these two together. So I have to add 3 plus 6. Sorry about that. I have to add 3 plus 6. And then I have to multiply, or sorry, not 3 plus 6. 3 plus x, 3 plus x. And then I have to multiply all that by 6. Now solve. First thing we got to do, distribute. So I'm going to leave the 10x alone, equals. Distribute 6 times 3, 18. Distribute the 6, 6 times x, plus 6x. Get the x's together. I want to move this 6x over to this side. So I'm going to opposite operation. Subtract 6, subtract 6x. 10x minus 6x is 4x. And that is equal to 18 because those cancel out. We are going to divide by 4. And I get x equals 4 and a half. And then again, you can check that to make sure. So 4 and a half, if you substitute, if you put 4 and a half back up here, 4 and a half times 10, you would get an area of 40. So you get 4 and a half here. That would be 7 and a half total. 7 and a half times 6 would be, I'm sorry, I said 40 over here. I meant 45. So yes, you would get 45. They are equal. Always check your answers. Okay, now some equations don't have a solution. And you're thinking, Mrs. Janie, what are you talking about? There's no solution. Let me just show you. It's a lot easier. Okay, so the first step we do is leave the 5x alone plus 5. We distribute the 3, so that's 15x. Distribute the 3 minus 12 minus 10x. We combine our like terms. So 5x plus 5 equals 5x minus 12. Then I want to get my variables together. So I want to move the 5x over here. So subtract 5x, subtract 5x. They cancel out. 5 equals, wait a minute, those cancel out. Negative 12 is what I'm left with. So then you have to ask yourself, they cancel out. That is okay. Don't think you've done something wrong. But does 5 equal negative 12? Is this true? It is not, okay? This is a false statement. Therefore, we say the answer you should say is no solution. So knowing that it is false, is this true, is kind of your check. Your final answer when you have a problem like this would be to say that there is no solution. All right, let's check the next one. So distribute 6b, distribute minus 3, minus 7 equals 6b minus 10. Okay, so combine your like terms. 6b minus 10 equals 6b minus 10. You might be already asking yourself, hey, this looks familiar. Or they look to be the same, but let's get the b's together. Always get the b's together. So minus 6b minus 6b, cancel out, negative 10 equals, cancel out, negative 10. I have no variable left, so I ask myself, is this true? And yes, it is. This is a true statement. You tell yourself. So what we would say, the final answer would be infinitely many solutions. And I have a bunch of these to practice in class, so we'll get it. But if you have any questions, make sure you jot them down and remember to ask me.